Hey there, everybody. Tom's with Basecamp Trading. It is Wednesday, March 18th, and we're going to take a look here at crude oil and talk a little bit about the down move we've seen happening here in crude over the past several months and really the past week or two, and kind of what's helping spur this on, what's causing this and leading to this huge flush we're seeing in crude oil. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. That way you can stay up to date with all the latest videos in regards to these crazy markets that we're seeing here recently. But first off, so with crude oil, this whole thing started, the whole sell-off started, or the main breakout started when we broke through 42, which was significant support here on a monthly basis. Now what you're looking at, by the way, is a non-adjusted monthly continuous contract for crude oil futures. So we broke through 42 and that triggered this head and shoulders, and just away we've gone. And just like we've talked about previously in other videos, we had that one green finger set up, which is where we have that one green histogram bar that shows up like we did right there. Same thing we had back here before the big flush. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's definitely worth taking note. It happened right on a weekly basis in the ES before we tanked in the S&P here the past several weeks. So with that being said, what's causing this to run, and then where are we looking for it to stop? So as you know, prices are set a lot of times based on supply and demand. Okay, so we're kind of getting a double whammy right now in regards to crude oil, because we have the COVID-19 virus, which is going around, and it's drastically causing a drastic decrease in travel and people moving around, which means the consumption, the demand for oil is down. And simultaneously, we have a price war going on between Russia and the Saudis, where they are pumping as much oil as they can right now, pushing prices lower. So they're flooding the market. And at the same time, we're having a decrease in demand, which is just causing this to fall through the floor. And we're down over 20%, for example, today alone. So what do we watch for this to come to an end? Well, first off, from a technical standpoint, we have support down around $17 a barrel, back from the lows in 2002, I should say. So we're coming down into a support zone that's still another 4 points below where we are. However, so be aware that still has some room to move. The other thing we want to watch for is if and when Russia and the Saudis decide, hey, you know what, we're going to stop flooding the market with oil. The other thing you can watch for is for the U.S. to stop pumping as much oil, pull back, because what will happen is that will decrease the supply to come bring into equilibrium with the demand and help form price stability. Now, in the meantime, one of the things I'm personally doing is I'm slowly, and I mean very slowly, building a position in USO, long-term crude oil position. As this comes down, I'm just averaging in a little bit at a time. And when I say a little bit, I mean it's like 1% of my portfolio. Okay, so very, very small amount. But the reason we're doing that is because these levels of crude oil is just unsustainable long term. They're going to need to bring crude oil prices back up in order to make money pumping oil, because they're not going to continue to pump oil at a loss if they can help it. So that's what we're watching for. That's what's led to this whole thing. It's kind of a stuck between decrease in supply or decrease in demand and a huge increase in supply, which has in turn caused the crude prices to fall through the floor. And you could trade it based on technicals. We use technicals for timing. Big price moves, though, are triggered based off of fundamentals. But that's what we're watching. Hope that helps. Once again, make sure you hit that like button. And until next time, everybody, happy trading and stay safe during this crazy market environment.